Parks and Rec may have been a comedy, but it had some seriously deep friendships.
You're literally the best friend that I will ever have.
You too, man.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 friendship moments on Parks and Recreation. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most heartwarming and significant moments that the people of Pawnee have shared with one another.
It is the most beautiful object I've ever seen. It is like the Anne Perkins of dresses.
Number 10. Leslie delays her wedding.
I lost my father when I was 10. I don't have any brothers. And Ken Burns never wrote me back. So I am not getting married without you there to walk me down the aisle. End of discussion.
Leslie Knope and Ben Wyatt endured a lot of hardships for their adorable relationship. So when they decide to ignore their detailed wedding plans and get married immediately, their friends don't hesitate to help. Unfortunately, their impromptu wedding is interrupted by the drunk councilman Jam.
Come on, man, just go home.
Who's gonna make me?
It's your wedding day. I'll handle this.
Although Leslie's boss Ron tries to resolve things peacefully, he ends up punching Jam and is arrested. Instead of finishing the ceremony, Leslie visits Ron in prison and tells him his bail was posted. Her willingness to put her wedding on hold for him is a touching act that's rewarded when Ron walks her down the aisle later that night.
You are a wonderful person. Your friendship means a lot to me. And you look very beautiful.
Okay, weirdo.
Number 9. The Ron Swanson Scholarship. Mouse Rat vocalist Andy Dwyer decides to invest his time in a college course. After excelling at beginning guitar and being disappointed by lasers, he's blown away by a women's studies class. Unfortunately, he doesn't have enough money to register for the course.
And we'll need a check or money order for $940.
Why?
When Ron hears about the financial issue, he immediately steps up to cover the cost.
Good news, son. You have just won a Ron Swanson Scholarship.
I don't think so. I don't remember applying.
Once the reality of this generous grant hits Andy, he puts his benefactor into a sweet embrace. That is quickly broken.
Stop this.
No.
Stop or you lose the money.
Ron doesn't always display how much he cares about his friends, but his scholarship proves that he's deeply invested in them in more ways than one.
Why not? I like the kid, and I have the money.
Number 8. 2 sweet gifts.
Ann Perkins, office manager and volunteer coordinator.
Andy Dwyer, security, suites, body man, javelin if need be.
Leslie is having a rough Christmas season. After being suspended from work for dating fellow employee Ben, her campaign managers for the city council race quit on her. As Leslie tries to keep herself busy, her friends work on a few surprises. After Chris Traeger lifts her suspension, the Parks Department gives her homemade gifts before making a big promise. All of Leslie's coworkers would be stepping up to help run her campaign.
You guys didn't tell me we were doing this. I did not know that I was supposed to come up with something.
Ron Swanson. Any other damn thing you might need.
When she protests, they remind her of all she's done for them.
I can't ask you to put your lives on hold.
Find one person here who you haven't helped by putting your life on hold.
Amy Poehler beautifully conveys the pride, gratitude, and joy Leslie feels all at once for her new campaign staff. Number 7. Chris gets a buddy box. When Chris Traeger arrived in Pawnee, he brought lots of energy and enthusiasm with him. Although he initially came off as a cheerful antagonist to the Parks Department, he eventually befriended all its employees. Chris became so close to them that he gave them buddy boxes full of presents while he was packing up to move.
Whoa. A picture of me officiating Leslie and Ben's wedding. And look, you can just about see my head. Thank you so much.
Snake juice!
When his friends felt bad about getting Chris a gift card in exchange, they decided to make something better. They built and inscribed a buddy box for him to fill with new memories for his growing family.
It's an empty buddy box to fill with memories for your little buddy.
Or Twizzlers.
Chris was literally moved to tears by the heartwarming gesture, and so were we.
This tear, caused by the overwhelming thoughtfulness of my friends, will be my baby's first memory.
Number 6. Tom's Gala speech.
But no man balls harder than the man I'm about to bring up. He's kind, he's intelligent, he's a person I'm deeply proud to call my friend.
Self-proclaimed mogul Tom Haverford is chosen to introduce Ben as the man of honor at the Bicentennial Gala. Instead of highlighting his friend's strengths and accomplishments, Tom just talks about himself.
Given all that you've accomplished, is it hard to stay humble?
After his self-absorbed speech cuts Ben's time on stage short, he goes to Ben's office to apologize. Tom explains that his original speech filled him with too much emotion to read in front of an audience. He backs up his claim by pulling out the actual speech and reading it aloud. Since Tom's words reduced both men into crying messes, perhaps it was for the best that they kept this tender moment private.
I think I liked it.
Number 5. Shared Bachelor Party.
To Ron.
Oh, to Ron!
Just perfect. Perfect, Chris.
For Ben, the perfect bachelor party just needs beer, friends, and settlers of Catan. But after Tom convinces the group to go to a strange bar instead, they make a realization. Despite the fact that almost every guy in the group has been married, Ben's the only one who got a bachelor party. So Chris proposes that each guy gets a turn to pick one event. They eat ice cream, enjoy steak, and hang out with the Colts. Everyone, even Jerry, receives support and praise from their friends.
All that matters is you got married and you're happy. So, as all-time best man, I suggest we raise a cone to Jerry Gergich. Jerry!
The next day, the group gives Chris a Best Man award.
Congratulations. You have won the award for Best Man.
Full disclosure, I voted for Ryan Gosling, but you came in a close second.
We definitely think he deserves it. Number 4. Treat Yourself Therapy. Treat Yourself Day is an annual day for friends to spend lots of time and money making expensive purchases.
Massages.
Treat yourself.
Mimosas.
Treat yourself.
Fine leather goods.
Treat yourself.
It's the best day of the year.
The best day of the year!
Before Donna starts celebrating the event with Tom, she notices that Ben is feeling down.
Oh, Lord. Is he eating soup on a bench alone?
She decides to whisk Ben away in her Benz to cheer him up, with a day of luxury and pampering. Although he's sad for most of the excursion, he finally breaks down and talks about his feelings. That is, after purchasing an expensive Batman costume.
I really needed this. I gotta treat myself.
Uh-oh, Batman's crying.
Treat Yourself Day was an unusual way to combat Ben's depression. However, judging by his smile in the end, the holiday was exactly what he needed. Number 3. Leslie and Ron make up.
Laugh with me, buddy. Jest with me, buddy. Don't let her get the best of me, buddy.
Although Ron and Leslie seem like polar opposites, they've always had a strong and heartwarming bond. But at the start of season 7, we find they've left their parks department jobs and have been feuding for years.
If it's 7 on this one, it's a masterpiece.
Why don't you shove them all in your dumb mouth, and then when I turn around, you can stab me in the back with the skewer.
After episodes of fighting, the two are forced to talk about what happened. When Ron needed Leslie's help, she was too busy and forgot to meet him.
I can't even imagine how hard that must have been for you. God, why didn't I see that? Ron, I am so sorry.
When Ron wanted to build new apartments, he tore down Leslie's best friend's old house. Once they recognized the pain they caused one another, they bury the hatchet.
It's on fire! It was always
Well, this is different from what I expected to find.
They can't fix what they've done, but they can still rekindle their close friendship.
I have 3 years worth of hugs to force upon you against your will.
Number 2. Leslie lets April go.
You turned me into someone with goals and ambition, which is really the only reason why I'm even thinking about what I really want.
It's hard for April Ludgate Dwyer to take most things seriously, but when she becomes unsure about a future full of government work, she takes initiative to find a new career path. At first, April hides her plans to quit, so she won't upset her friend and boss, Leslie. Although Leslie is initially hurt when April's plans are revealed, she gets over it quickly and decides to support her decision and help her find direction.
I really want all of my friends to be happy together, but more importantly, I just want them to be happy. If you feel like you need to move on, I totally get it.
It wasn't easy for Leslie to let her employee go. but she's willing to put her feelings aside to ensure that a longtime friend finds happiness.
I just want to say thank you. And I love you very much.
Before we hug it out with our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
There are 3 of them. I thought there were only 2.
Yeah, I know. I bought another one because I thought that maybe you, me, and Andy could go to the movies sometime.
The superintendent of Bryce Canyon retired, and I convinced the superintendent of this park to transfer, shuffled a few things around. The point is, someone needs to take care of this place now. Thought it should be you. So, I have rented Bridge on the River Kwai and the Dirty Dozen. Artie from security is outside the door, so no one will bother you. And a cab will be here whenever you're ready to take you home.
Number 1. Anne and Leslie say goodbye.
Oh, Ann Perkins. You perfect sunflower. You totally changed me.
Anne Perkins went to a town hall meeting to get a dangerous pit filled in. This led to her meeting Leslie Knope and sparked the show's strongest friendship. For 6 seasons, the 2 women were practically inseparable. While Leslie provided Anne with thoughtful gifts and wonderfully weird compliments, Anne supported Leslie's zany antics and ambitious dreams.
Oh, Anne, you beautiful, naive, sophisticated newborn baby.
What?
When Anne decided to leave Pawnee, the 2 went on one last crazy adventure to ensure they kicked off the project that turned that dangerous pit into a park.
All right, I got my park. That's all I wanted from you. Friendship over.
Don't even joke about that, Anne.
By the time Anne drives away from Pawnee, we're left feeling like her friendship with Leslie will endure over any distance.
I love you.
I love you too.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.